Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm Heather Abraham. For many folks right now, it's spring break as we head into the Easter and Passover weekend. It's also a time for a getaway for the holiday or maybe planning ahead to summer trips. If you're looking for trip ideas, the April issue of Pittsburgh Magazine has you covered. It's their travel issue filled with easy road trip destinations and some quick getaways to faraway lands as well. Pittsburgh Magazine editor Brian Hyslop is here today as our travel guide. Welcome, Brian.
Thanks.
This is really neat, and I was flipping through the article, and I love this. We have crossed icy rivers, braved bone-chilling parking garages, and shivered roadside at unsheltered bus stops.
Yeah.
I love this. It's really fun, though.
Yeah, Chuck Beard did that article, and there's actually a little picture, a sketch of his Jeep that he took on with him on all these road trips, all of which are like no more than 2.5 hours from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, there's some really great locations, starting with Conneaut Lake, which we know.
Yeah, this historic amusement park, he went there and found out it has lots of ghost history. That a lot of people reported seeing ghosts there, and you can still go there for that, or you can go there just for the amusement park itself too.
Right, and so this is, you kind of broke it down east, west, north, and south. That's how he kind of traveled around.
Right, he did all the different compass points.
And so he went to the north for Conneaut Lake, and then there's also Ogle Bay.
Yeah, Ogle Bay has a zoo actually there, in addition to all the other things they have there. So you can go there and see the animals. Lots of interesting things there to visit and see.
Yeah, and he also traveled, if he wanted to go northeast, to Moshannon State Forest. I had never heard of this.
I know,
location.
this is what I like about this issue. There's a lot of things but there's also places that are close by that Pittsburghers haven't been to. So Moshannon has like 200,000 acres. It's a huge park.
Wow.
With like 244 miles of just hiking trails alone. So you can go there and spend a full day. And he also includes in each things to see while you're there, so a restaurant to visit or something like that as well.
Yeah, and that's definitely for nature lovers. And northwest, Cuyahoga Valley National Park. This is in Ohio, so just over the border.
Right, it's still within the quick drive we set up.
Right.
And it has amazing waterfall there. I think it's 65-foot waterfall, powered a sawmill. There's also a story of a woman who was captured and Mary Campbell, and she hid in a rock formation to keep from being saved by people. So yeah, that's the picture of it there.
And I've seen that, and it's hard to tell when you're looking at it just like that how large that is, but I've seen pictures put in perspective where you see someone standing underneath and how massive it really is.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And other thing is Core Arboretum, that's in West Virginia, across another border. That's run by the West Virginia University. It's a giant arboretum where you can see and experience all the plants and life that is down there too. Okay,
so if you're heading out to the east, Burnt Cabins. This is another one that I had never heard of.
I know, me neither. But it has a fascinating history. Right after the French and Indian War, the Native Americans and the settlers reached this agreement that there would be nothing happening there, but some people came and squatted on the land and built some cabins. So to keep the peace, the settlers went in and burned them down to the ground to prove that as a sign of goodwill for the Indians.
Oh, okay.
but now it's on the National Register of Historic Places. Okay,
that looks like a neat place to visit if you want a little bit of history.
Yeah.
Do they provide tours? Do they do anything in particular?
Yeah, there are things you can see there and visit. It's also, there's a mill there that actually Chuck said has amazing pancake mix you can buy.
And I know there's a note here that there's a more modern take on Burnt Cabins, Brown Island, West Virginia.
Yeah, Weirton Steel operated a factory there. There was a massive explosion, so they shut it down and basically kind of abandoned most of the area. But you can actually still go over to the island and walk on these deserted streets. It's like looking at, a place kind of frozen in time.
And so in addition to what's in the article here, if you have the actual physical copy online, there's also, he included like a soundtrack?
A soundtrack, yeah. You can, like a Spotify soundtrack you can download and listen as you're driving to these places, road trip music, if you will.
One thing that I really appreciated is, I know heading out of Pittsburgh International Airport, sometimes it's hard to find a direct flight, even if you're going to like Charleston, I mean, somewhere even not too far away. But he included some places for international travel that are nonstop destinations.
Right, we have at least 5 places you can fly to directly from Pittsburgh, from Paris to Reykjavik, and well, as just across the border in Toronto and Montreal. And, and in addition to that, we say things you should see and do while you're there. It's designed to sort of make it like a long weekend trip, too.
And there's some gorgeous pictures in here. I mean, just stunning. Did he travel to these places internationally?
No.
You didn't send him to
our
Paris?
budget's not that big.
Okay. Well, fantastic stuff. And what else is available online if people don't have the physical copy of the magazine?
Yeah, you can look at the entire feature, which is good. Also, you can do it on your phone too if you're going to these places, so you can have your phone with you and see where he recommends you go to. And and the sites you can visit while you're there. There's a little extra with each of one of these.
Sounds like it was a really, really hard assignment.
It took a long time to put together.
I'm sure, but I'm sure you had fun in the process too. Well, thank you so much, Brian, for joining us this morning. And get ready to pack your bags and go with these travel ideas in the April issue of Pittsburgh Magazine. Look for it on newsstands and online now.